I think we all want to live our best lifestyle. We all want to feel our best so then we can give our best. And we have tools that can help us with that. So breath work, energy healers, yoga, dance shops, all different kinds of things. They're all in the magazine. I go around and I find them all, and I started using them as well. So by using them, my whole entire life changed. I've lost 80 pounds. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm healthy, my mindset's different, everything's different.
Jessica, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dan. I'm really excited to be here.
What exactly is Sandpoint's Best Lifestyle magazine?
Sandpoint's Best Lifestyle magazine is a free publication that I put all over town in hot spots. And it celebrates the community. It's the heart of the community. And it's like chicken soup for the soul, but for the town.
One of the things that immediately stands out about this magazine is the size of it. It's definitely not your standard size magazine. Is that intentional?
Yes. It's so much smaller because then it's easier for people to pick up and they can carry it around with their purse or their wallet, slip it in their purse. And then it doesn't take up a lot of room, so I'm able to put it on a lot of countertops downtown. So especially if you go downtown Sandpoint, it's right on the countertops. And I have these little bowls that I put them in, and I can put them in really good spots so someone can easily just walk by and pick it up.
And you're not just dropping these in a few locations. These things are everywhere.
They are. They're in about 350 locations, and I personally drop them off everywhere.
So this didn't just appear overnight. You've been in the magazine industry for quite a few years now.
Yes, it actually started when I had my son, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and my aunt had been advertising in a publication, and she said, hey, they're looking for a salesperson. I think you would be great at it. So I was looking for something to do, and I had the interview, and they took a chance on me, and I learned a lot.
And at this point, you had no experience in magazine advertising?
None. I didn't even have a computer or laptop. I actually borrowed a little mini one from my mom.
So would it be fair to say you kind of basically just jumped right into the deep end of this whole thing?
I did, with a lot of support.
So that's incredible. It's literally grassroots entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I ended up doing that for about 10 years and learned the entire industry inside and out.
So there's also a pretty dark, difficult time that you went through as you had a non-compete, which stopped you from working in this industry, which you became really good at. So tell us what happened there. What was that like?
That was a really dark time, Dan. It really was. But, you learn from those and you grow from those. And everything I knew was tied to that job. So suddenly I couldn't talk to clients or work with anything in the industry for 18 months.
So for 18 months, not being able to do what you love, what did you do for the next 18 months?
I found a lot of side jobs and I started spray tanning, which is Bronzed by Jessica, which is still very popular.
Bronzed by Jessica. I imagine spray tanning is probably, I'm from South Florida, Miami, where people laugh when you hear spray tanning. But in Idaho, everything's cold and dark for like a big portion of the year. Is spray tanning, is that pretty popular around here?
Oh, yeah, especially in North Idaho, because we don't see the sunshine for a long time. And it makes you feel good. I swear there's something in it. I say my thing is feel like a 10 in 10 minutes.
When you're doing the spray tanning, is there any kind of like lights or vitamin D, or are you introducing anything to help them with the deficiencies that they're missing?
No, this is just the spray tan that goes over, and it's organic.
Okay.
It just goes into your skin and makes you tan, and you feel good because you just feel good when you're tan.
Are we looking at a spray
yes,
tan?
I have a fresh spray tan. Mine's not bronzed by Jessica. It's bronzed by Mark.
Okay. Mark, your husband?
Yeah, my fiance.
Okay, fiance.
Yeah,
okay.
He spray tans me.
So took 18 months off, started doing the spray tanning as a side hustle, which you're still doing today. So, it's funny how you find these little gifts. After the 18 months, you decided to get back into what you love to do. How hard was it to start over?
Well, actually, it was really easy for me. It was like the universe and God just took it all and put it right on my front step, because the designer of the magazine now and the editors of the magazine all had been telling me, Jess, you should start your own magazine. We'll work for you. We'll help you. And so I had all the tools. It worked out great.
These people that were encouraging you that you should be doing this, you work with them today still, correct?
Yeah, still today.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your team.
So I have a designer, and her name is Jessica too. and we work really well together. She's a mind reader. When I actually had the idea for the magazine, I told her my idea. I just told her my idea, and she sent me a mock, and it was exactly what I wanted. It was exactly the feel and the vibe that I was going for. So, and then I have a few editors. One lives in Coeur d'Alene, one lives in Sandpoint, one lives in Bonners, and we all just work really well together. It's the dream team. I'm not joking.
So you took a huge leap of faith. What was that first issue like? What did the first one come out like?
So the first one was only 32 pages. And I just went around and I went to the people that trusted me and knew me. And I said, hey, I have this idea. And they said, sign me up. They believed in me. And 98% of the people who are in that first magazine are in this one.
What's the difference now looking from issue 1 to where you are now? There's definitely a sizable difference in the weight. So I'm assuming this one is a lot more pages.
Now we're at 80 pages and growing. The response from the community has been absolutely amazing.
You know, we talked about magazines, and this isn't something that we spoke about prior to you coming today, but kind of, you know, off the chest. When you think about businesses, marketing, magazines, print in general, it's not the first thing that comes to mind. I recently worked with a digital marketer who would basically say, if you're a local business and you're advertising in anything other than like Facebook meta ads, you're wasting your money and you probably don't know what you're doing. Here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different issues. And you said you have like a 90 what percent return rate?
98%. And I also have a Bonners Ferry's Best Lifestyle as well.
Okay. So these are people that have started from issue 1 and now several, 3 years later, they're still spending money. And this can range anywhere from what? $400 to
$2,500.
So up to $2,500 to be in an issue. I imagine if it wasn't working, people would not continue to spend money with you.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't, because if it's not working for them, I don't want people to waste their money. I want them to see that it's working for them. And most people do. People will come in and say, I saw you in the magazine, or I saw you at Sandpoint's Best. That does happen a lot.
And this is probably where someone's going, yeah, but they're probably locked into some contract. They have no choice.
No contracts. I don't do contracts. If it's not working for you, then I don't want you to do it,
Do other companies usually have contracts where people have to sign up for a period of time?
I think they do. Yeah, I've heard of 3-year contracts. Some of them have 3-year contracts, just maybe a monthly, and then where they pay monthly. But mine is seasonal, and you pay the one season.
Something else that makes your magazine unique is it really focuses on like healthy lifestyles, way of living. It's not just a magazine with a bunch of local businesses advertising. Interestingly enough, this magazine actually changed your life as well.
It did. I started visiting all these different places that would contact me, like breath work, yoga. I started going and also finding them out on my own too, and all these energy workers and healthy, like working out, going to the gym, found my favorite workout class.
So how did the wellness part of it, what was it about that intrigued you? Because everything in your magazine, in addition to the people advertising, it's actually positive stuff you talk about all the time. You're not going to read this and get triggered or, be angry after you pick up the magazine. It's almost going to help kind of reset your mood. So how does that segue into how it changed your life? Like what made you pick that type of a genre?
Well, I think we all want to live our best lifestyle. We all want to feel our best, so then we can give our best. And we have tools that can help us with that. So breath work, energy healers, yoga, dance shops, all different kinds of things. They're all in the magazine. I go around and I find them all, and I started using them as well. So by using them, my whole entire life changed. I've lost 80 pounds. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm healthy. My mindset's different. Everything's different.
And prior to this, were you doing a lot of these things like yoga, breath work? Was this something you were already interested in, just didn't have a reason to go do it?
No, I found them all through when doing the magazine.
Okay. So what made you want to pick these type of businesses when you did your magazine? Because this was different stuff. I'm assuming the magazine you did before, it was just anybody and everybody. but this one seems to have kind of a, even though, you could be a mechanic and still advertise in this magazine, but there does seem to be a theme to it.
There is a theme, but also, people are picking it up and reading it, so you're going to want to be seen in it. That's what most people say. So like a electrician called me and said, hey, I have been seeing your magazine in all of our clients' houses. We have got to be in that thing. So now they're in it and doing great and getting business from it.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility now that you sell this magazine, advertise the magazine, go out in public? If you ever do think about doing something that's not in your best interest or for your health or picking up a drink, do you think about how that would affect your ability to promote what you do now?
110%. Oh, yeah. Without the tools that I've learned through the magazine, there's no way I would even be able to I wouldn't be here right now with you, Dan.
Right.
Just because I probably would have wanted to sleep in.
No, you're definitely a very upbeat, positive person. You're very active on social media, specifically Instagram. We'll talk about your Instagram a little bit too. But it seems like all the places you go, whether they're advertising in your magazine or not, if it's somewhere that has like a benefit to the community, you seem like you really kind of document that journey in video and tag people. So you're very active on social media.
Yeah. I think social media is a huge asset for any business. It's a great way to be seen, show what you have, what sets you apart.
So what type of feedback do you get from the community that's actually reading your magazine?
So I get emails, texts. People tell me in person, oh, I had a couple come in here and it's their new favorite place and they said they found me in your magazine. That's music to my ears.
So, and to me, that's wild because I don't remember ever picking up any type of a magazine where I felt the urge to reach out to the person that created the magazine to thank them for any reason. It's like you read through a magazine, you read some bullshit article, you find an ad in there you like, and you might call a business that you're interested in using their service, but you don't think about calling or emailing or texting the person that actually wrote them or that created the magazine. So the stories in there, these are stories. So in addition to the advertisers, you're also posting stories about people, or like what can somebody expect when they pick up this magazine?
So when they pick up the magazine, they can expect to really be happy about where they are because this magazine just gives the feeling of it makes you feel happy to live here.
Give me an example of what that means. Like because there's stories in there that are beyond the people that are advertising, right?
Yeah. So celebrating people in the community, celebrating people that need to be seen.
And like your next issues that are coming out, each one of these has a theme tied to it.
Yeah.
So what was your last theme?
So, let's talk about my theme that I'm working on right now.
Okay, let's hear the upcoming theme.
Well, it's Lost in the 50s issue. And also it's called Root to Rise. So it's talking about businesses in town who have started roots and they are growing and growing and growing through generations. So there's articles about a builder in town who he started his business first with his grandfather on a ranch. And then now here we are and he's the owner of the company. So it's just about the community nurturing and helping those seeds grow, which are businesses. And so Root to Rise.
How do you come up with this stuff? Do you have like think tank day where it's everybody gets together like, all right, guys, what's something that the community can get behind that's uplifting, that's positive? Because it seems like there's a lot of energy that goes into creating a theme like that.
Yeah, I get downloads. Just kidding. I know what the community wants. I've been doing this for 14 years, so going on 15.
Right.
So I know, and I'm around, and I talk to people, and I get feedback, and I listen to feedback.
And the businesses like the builder that you're just referring to, did the builder reach out to you, or did you kind of look for information? You're like, hey, this guy would have a great story. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to let me share his story.
Well, I want a variety in the magazine, and I don't have a builder. So I've been on the hunt for a builder for a while.
Okay.
So I knew that he had generational roots, and with the theme and everything, I reached out to him, and then it was one of those things where like we got on the call right away, and we were like, yes, this sounds great. Let's do it.
So can you say the name of the builder?
Box H Construction.
Shout out to Box H Construction. Also, I know you were saying people say they discovered new businesses or restaurants from reading your magazine, which has got to be pretty cool. Like people lived here their entire life and like, oh, I didn't even know this was here. Does that happen?
Oh, it happens all the time, actually. Yeah.
So when people want to find you, other than your magazine, you're also on Instagram. What's your Instagram so people know?
At Sandpoint's Best.
And at Sandpoint's Best on Instagram, what I've noticed is it seems like any business you go into, whether you're there for your own personal use or it's one of your clients, you're really there kind of like documenting what's going on. You're videotaping them, you're setting up your camera, you're really giving kind of a journey into what your day in the life is like, but it also seems like it's really promoting the businesses that you're working with as well.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everyone because I'll go to a yoga class, post it, then somebody will go there and they'll say, that's my new favorite place. I'll go have a salad somewhere and they'll post a picture of their salad and people will be like, that's my favorite salad now. So like, social media is one of those things where you scroll through and you look and you see something and you're like, oh, I want that.
Have you found that you develop like a system when you go to places now because you're really there? You're like a one-man person doing this, right? You're videotaping yourself. So are you setting up the camera randomly?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a lot of work?
I mean, not really because I just do it.
Okay. It's so like in a yoga class,
thing.
do you just like set the camera somewhere and go do yoga, or are you like in mid-yoga, let me go change the angle?
Sometimes in mid-yoga, I'll get up in a class or any classes and I'll take a video of the whole class.
Do people like looking at you like, what is this crazy lady doing?
Sometimes.
But you know what? I feel like people are wishing that they had because it does sometimes, it's like you got to get out of your comfort zone, right? Because it can feel awkward.
Yeah.
It's like watching people doing TikTok videos in the middle of the street. You're like, what is this person doing? But yours is a little bit different because it really is community driven, even though it might seem like a wild thing where you're popping up in yoga and taking different video angles. You're promoting the experience of what somebody would get if they were to go there. So watching your videos, I really feel like I get a vibe for like what the yoga studio is like or what the spin class is like. Watching your spin class, because I've watched you do spin on there a few times, it makes me want to go do spin again.
Yeah. Now the class is always waitlisted. So sometimes I might need to gatekeep some things.
Oh, people can't get into some of these.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get in a while ago. I didn't book my bike. And
you're like, do you know who I am?
No, I'm like, what? I should gatekeep this class from now on.
Are there any fringe benefits to being somebody that promotes a kick-ass like mini magazine where you get, not that you're doing it for these benefits, but do you get some cool perks from it?
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of cool perks from it.
Okay. What's like the coolest one you've had that you can think about where it's like, man, if it wasn't for this magazine, this never would have happened for me? There's got to be a story that pops up.
This right here.
Aw.
Everything that I do is a part of my clients. And, every day I go around and do different things at the places and restaurants, coffee shops, classes, businesses.
This is your whole day.
Yeah, I do.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I go to Bonner's, Coeur d'Alene now, Sandpoint, some Montana sometimes.
When you go out on date night with Mark, you and Mark, when you and Mark going on date night, do you ever have to like separate business mode to like, all right, I can't go, I should put my magazines here. I'm like, I gotta stay in the moment with the date. Or is Mark like, look, go do your thing. I'll be waiting here.
He is a huge supporter, actually. He's like, here, get this picture. Like, he helps me out a lot. And everybody knows not to eat before, I get my picture.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever come back, you're like, we need to order another meal because they took 3 bites and it just ruined the whole shot? No,
I just make it work.
Okay. But that's the thing.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, like, I don't burn myself out on it.
Right.
I know weekends, if I don't want to do anything, I'll cut it off.
Okay.
I just do it when I want to and when I want to share something.
Now, aside from Instagram, you do have a website. What's the website?
Sandpointsbestlifestyle.com.
And on there, on sandpointsbestlifestyle.com, you can actually see all of the past issues as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, they're like a PDF?
Yeah, they're all on there in Flipsnack.
All on Flipsnack. Mm-hmm. That's such a cool name. Whoever started Flipsnack,
they're
kudos.
Genius.
Yeah, it is. It's really awesome. So website, Facebook, your main source is Instagram, and we're going to be starting a podcast.
Yeah.
And I think, look, we talked about your themes a little bit. So you got all these different themes. And I think you being able to interview people that are in your magazine, like bring them on a podcast, getting them to hear their story. Mm-hmm. That's great because you got the article, but then you've got the voice behind it and keeping it local, communities, method, people up and people. Maybe you should steal that. It's a really cool thing that you're doing because look, everybody loves taking photos. It's like, oh, look how pretty my food is. I'm going to take a photo of it. But you found a way to kind of cross over from just getting like really cool images to turning it into a really cool business where you still get to do this fun, passionate stuff, but you're making money, you're supporting the community, you're giving local community something to read while they're standing in line to get a cup of coffee. And like you said, people are finding businesses that they didn't know exist. They're finding their new favorite salad. They're finding their new favorite gym, the new spa they're going to go to.
Yeah.
And it's not a bunch of bullshit that you're going to read in here and get all like amped up on trigger words. It's not politics, right? You say
politics. It's all positive.
Okay.
It's all positive and uplifting. And it reminds you, you know, there'll be an article about a business that you'll learn about your favorite business or your new favorite business. And then you'll read an article about how important grounding is. Just, you know, and you're like, wow, maybe that's my problem. I need to ground. And because it talks about, you know, in our little article in there about how important it is.
What's the biggest compliment somebody could give you with what you're doing?
I would say the biggest compliment is just when I go into a business or I talk to a business owner and they're like, oh my gosh, somebody came in from the magazine or they saw me on your Instagram. I'm getting so much business. I'm busy. Thanks to you. Thanks for sharing my story. Thanks for sharing what I do so other people can see it.
Is there anything that we didn't mention that you think would be useful for the community to know today? And then obviously, if a business owner wanted to advertise in your magazine, what would be the best thing that they should be doing right now? How could they go about reaching out to you?
If they're interested in advertising, my website has a submission form.
Okay.
And obviously call me, message me, text me, send me a message on social media. I'm easy to get a hold of.
If you're in the North Idaho area, there's a chance that you're going to see or have seen Jessica's magazine on a coffee counter somewhere, if not everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Typically everywhere someone has to wait. So tire shops, doctor's offices, coffee shops, restaurants, health food stores, gyms, you know, anywhere someone has to wait and they can grab it and take it home. And
do you ever get calls from people that are like, hey, I don't want to advertise, but I would love to put your magazine in my store?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you just want to get a copy of her magazine to put out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The more the merrier.
And when you're going out and dropping out your magazine, are you always just dropping the newest issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I go around after I pick up the new seasonal issue and then I start distributing it, then I only pick up I have a 99% pickup rate. So I rarely have the other publication, the last season, around.
What do you do with the extras when you pick them up? Do you just trash them or do you go
recycle them?
Can you bring them to like a library and give them away or something?
Yeah, I take them to the library.
Okay, you do. Okay, that's cool. Well, Jessica, I want to thank you for coming on today. All of her contact information is in the description below. You can hear this episode on YouTube, Facebook. I'm sure she's going to post it on her Instagram, but also anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can listen to it there as well. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan. I'm excited to see what comes of all of this.
All right, guys, I'm Dan Wise, People Helping People, Communities Method, one day at a time. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.